Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This one is a fast XP guide, and this is going to be for every level, well, almost every level. Hopefully this will help those of you who have been trying to level up your characters, whether you are a lower level or if you are close to max level. This will hopefully help just about every single one of you out there. If you enjoy this video, do me a favor and let's try to get this one to 100 likes. If you enjoy my content, be sure to tap that subscribe button, turn on the notification if you don't want to miss any of my uploads. The very first thing I want to mention when it comes to leveling up is, of course, the story. So there is a main story arc that you can play through, and the quests that you play through here generally give you pretty darn good XP. So if you're trying to level up, this is definitely one of the methods to go. Just go into your adventures menu and then go down to main story. This is where you're going to be finding the ones you have available. Also, there are side stories as well, some of which do provide some pretty good XP, some of which don't. So you can kind of pick and choose which ones if you haven't played through them. Now, if you've already played through all of these things, you're still looking for more XP, well, there's more tips on the way. The next one is daily tasks, and this is by far the best method to level up. I do this on a daily basis when there's a new level cap because you are getting some really good XP. So for a simple quest like this, which is kill 50 enemies your level, I'm getting at my level 43, I'm getting 69,000 XP just from completing this. Now you can only do this once a day, but if you're one of those casual players, this will get you to whatever level you need to get. At the lower levels, it is a little bit slower, but still worth doing because it still is a very good source of XP. Of course, once you've capped out, you can just see an example. At level 43, I'd be getting 415,000 XP just for completing this, not to mention a great amount of gold. And if you're doing this every day, that's pretty good, especially if you're a casual player. This is definitely a great way to get some good XP. Another option I have to mention is PvP. Now, this isn't the best method at getting XP, but this is one of the best methods at getting class XP. So if you've been trying to rank up one of your classes, let's say if you have the mage and you're trying to get the mage to level 50, then I would definitely recommend running PvP because you get some really good class XP from playing PvP. It's also a lot of fun, so definitely worth checking this out if you want to gain some decent XP and really good class XP. Before I go any further, I want to talk about the boosts you can use to get yourself more XP or more class XP. So you have these consumables here. Now these are XP boosts that you can use. This is only used when you're killing monsters though, not from quests or things like that. So you get, for this particular one, it's 50% XP that you get when you activate this thing right here. Now you can get that from several different methods, as well as getting it from your daily chest that you can get, but you can also purchase them as well right from here for dragon crystals, which is another option if you're trying to get as fast XP as possible. This is definitely one of the options. Another free option that you can use is basically any fish food that you get, and you can get these you can craft the fish food in the social district after you've gotten a certain amount of fish. So you get yourself 3% more XP, and this is the same, it's gained the same way as the other boost where you have to kill enemies in order to get this boost. You also get some class XP as well with this, and this works for basically any food that you get. And there's a lot of free ways to get food as well, including my bird, which also drops it, and you can get yourself some XP and class XP from there. And there are multiple options of other types of things. Here's another example right here. It gives you XP and class XP. The Cinnabuns, another example. So there's a lot of options for these consumables. You can check up. I probably have a guide on the consumables. If not, I can probably make a guide on consumables. So anyways, that's one of the options. There you also have some class XP options as well. And these are easily obtained. I'll show you in a second where you can get those. And then of course you have the class XP 50% boost. Now these are, you can get these for free through the daily chest, but these are mostly obtained again in the same option that I showed just a moment ago. Right here, you can get the class XP boost. To get those free class XP boosts, the one that gives 25, you can just go to the daily trainers. Basically, any class trainer that you've been farming a lot, you can get it from them very easily in the, I think it's in here. Yeah, right there. Bam. 25% class XP, and I just need 100 tokens. I have 11,000 because I do this particular one every day. I do have a video on how to complete your daily tasks fast, and this is one of the options that I use, is this guy right here, which is why I have so many of those. We're going to jump over to Heartwood Forest, and I'm going to show you a dungeon that is a great way to gain some class XP as well as XP when you're using those boosts. You get even more. Whitaker Forest. You'd be running this in public, and there's usually people running this on the red server, so you shouldn't have any problems finding people running this, and just run through the dungeon. Once you get to the boss room, most people end up leaving. Now you can end up just killing the boss because he does give a decent amount of XP anyways, but a lot of people just end up leaving. If you prefer running solo, you have another option. You can head down to the Grim Outlook and go to Death's Portal Room. In here, you have several options of dungeons you can run. The first is this one right here, Reaper's Run. This is a scaled area. You can just run this in public or in private if you want to run it by yourself. I don't think there's too many people that actually run this, but anyways, it is an easy dungeon to run solo. You've also got more options up here as well, and you just run right into here, and you've got these options right here. Another option for lower levels is to go to Bone Cliffs, and you're going to be coming right down here and talking to this occultist right here. You're going to have a ton of quests right here, 5 different quests. Note the XP that you're getting from this, and so all of these quests here give the same amount of XP. You can grab every single one of them, and then you're going to be running this quest, this right here. Now, if you're running this with a group of people, you can run this in public. If you are by yourself, then I recommend running in unscaled, private unscaled. The reason why is it's going to make the enemies in here much easier to kill if you're having difficulty killing them. If you run it in scaled or in public, the mobs will be your level and will be more difficult to kill. So if you're just doing this to complete the quests fast, I recommend unscale. If you're doing this to also gain class XP, then you'd want to run it in public or in enter scale. But I mean, if you're going to run it scaled, just run it in public, and then that way you're able to get class XP from the enemies in here as well. For you higher levels looking for some good class XP, you've got another option. We're going to be heading into the world areas, and then in Mysterious Islands, you're going to Atlantis. You need to play through the Lolosia Saga in order to get access to this, as far as I'm aware, and then you're going to be getting access to Aquila, which will also give you access to face the sea god again. And in here, you're going to be running, talking to this person, and then running the sea god raid. This will enter you into a queue, and then you can take out the sea god. This gives you a good amount of class XP. The next option is daily quests, and these are very, very important because you can gain a lot of XP from daily quests, and there are a lot of daily quests that you can choose from. I'm not going to go over all of them, but I will give you an example here. So you've got some dailies right here. Again, these are something you can do only once a day, but you've got this one right here that gives you a good amount of XP, decent amount of gold. You've also got this one right here that gives you a less amount of XP, but still a good amount. And this you just have to play. You can only choose one of these, so if you are sure you can get to 3 wins, then choose this one, but if you aren't sure if you can, then just grab this one right here. It's 3 matches, which doesn't take very long to do, and you're getting a good amount of XP, so definitely worth doing. Don't forget you have the daily boss fight that you can do. This also gives you a good amount of XP. If you head to the House of Oddities, there is another one. I think it's in here in the old snow globe, I'm pretty sure. Talk to this person right here, and you've got What is Dread May Never Die. This gives you some good XP from this. If you head out of here, and you will appear in the social district, right here is some more dailies that you can do. There's one, I believe it's up top here. You can talk to Rose right here, and she has this one right here that gives a really good amount of XP. Party with the Sneevils, and you can then turn that in. There's also events that they have with dailies as well, which you'd be able to get. And I'm not sure how much XP you get from doing those dailies, but oh, actually, yeah, it's a good amount too, so there's another option for you. Going back into the adventures menu, under the side stories, you have the Masquerade, and it's worth playing through this just because it's a very casual playthrough, but I don't know if you have to get a certain ways in order to get access to the daily quests, where you have the Summon Masked Marauder, which gives you a decent amount of XP. You also have this one right here that also gives a decent amount of XP. There's also this one here, but I don't think... Oh, no, it does. It also gives you a decent amount of XP. So this is another option. 3 right here. You can complete these rather quickly. There's always people farming here, so you shouldn't have a problem doing these dailies. The next method of XP requires dragon crystals, but I wanted to mention it anyway. So you'd be going into here, and then in the Abyssal shop, you'd be finding this guy right here, costs 1,000 dragon crystals, and you get this King Masher pet, or King Macaw Masher pet, Macaw, and then you've got the quests right here. The reason why I'm mentioning this is because of the amount of XP you can get from these quests. So you've got 21,000. Now this might be scaled because of my level, but regardless, this is for any level, this would be really good XP for simply defeating 50 Macaw. You've also got this one right here. Again, great XP. You just need to get those from the Macaw. And then you have this one right here, which converts, gives you 64,000, but I mean, I'm not sure if that's one you'd want to do. And then, of course, Contract of Nalgath, the Lucky Deal, and you can get this by fighting anything that is not a fiend monster. So another option, of course, is... well, you've got this guy right here, the Skew Quest Pet, which you can get from the new thing. This does also cost dragon crystals, 2,000 dragon crystals in order to get this, but this does give access to these. Now, these quests are still available through another means, but you also do see you get great XP. However, these do require a lot more work and whatnot, so it's not a super easy way of getting it. However, you do get good XP from these methods, and if you have the extra resources to do it, then you can get it. This would be an option that I would recommend, and this quest right here will tie into something I'll mention in a minute. The final method, or not the final method, but the final method for requiring pets is, where is it here? It is the Craig in a Cart. Now, you need to have purchased the collection. I believe it's the second Nalgath or the first Nalgath. It's the second. So you need to purchase the Nalgath collection 2 in order to get access to this pet with the quests. Where the heck is he? Oh, he was way up there. And you get... but there we go. You have access to 2 different quests here, both of which provide a good amount of XP. So you got Bag of Dirts, and then you can convert those. Bag of Dirts is from running the Necromancer Tower stuff. There's another one there, 86,000. So this is a great method of gaining XP. And then the Bamboozle quests. And again, or not that one, but This is another great option, 24,000 XP, and you have to kill one of these guys. And then you have this one, which I just recently did as well, actually, killing the Fiend Zards, and you get some 21,000. And then, of course, you have the Lucky. Now, you don't need this pet in order to do those quests. However, you can just head over to the Fiend Lands. I'm not going to do it that way because it takes you to Celadon Forest. So I'm going to go into the world areas down to the bottom, Fiend Lands, and then the Wasteland. You need to have gotten a ways into this saga, the Fiend Saga, but there you go. You've got these guys right here with all of their quests available. Oops, sorry, not that one. These quests available, and you can pick these quests and then complete them and turn in the XP. The only downside is you would have to come running back here to get them, but it is still worth it because it is great XP. Another option of XP, which is the final option I will mention in this video, is the dragon, the big Fiend Dragon. You have SKU right here, so you don't need the pet in order to do these things here. And then you have the Fiend Dragon blood, which I mentioned gives a good amount of XP. This is in direct connection to this guy right over here. This is the mysterious Dragon Slayer, and he's got some quests right here that you can use. So you've got the Fiend Dragon quest right here, giving you a good amount of XP as well as getting those things. You simply have to slay the dragon. This is repeatable, so you can just grab this and then continue to do this, gaining yourself some really good XP. You've got other options here as well. Here's another option right here, giving you some good XP, and this is repeatable as well, so you could kill the Fiend Dragons, or Fiend Zards, sorry, and then get this. Now these, as you will see, you're getting the Fiend Dragon kind blood. This is something that you also get from all the other quests as well. And this is what I was saying is in connection with that SKU pet, or the SKU. If you have the pet, it works well, but if not, you just talk to this guy right here, and then you have the Fiend Dragon blood, which you can then use to convert here, getting yourself even more XP, which is another option on top for those of you trying to gain XP. Of course, also works if you're trying to gain gold and whatnot, because all that stuff sells for a good amount of gold. If you guys use other methods to gain XP or class XP, let me know in the comments below. If you made it this far into the video, post the secret word gold into the comments. That is it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and keep those swords swinging.